Survive and Thrive. We are today going to go over the basics of how to make a hobo stove. We're going to cook up this big can, about 2.5 pounds of Dinty Moore stew. I'm sure you've got 20, 30, 40 cans of this laying around. I know I do. Can't wait to eat it. I got a couple of hungry friends, so we're going to talk about how to make a hobo stove using just elements we might have laying around the house. For instance, in an SHTF moment, there might be damaged buildings, whatnot. Maybe you've got some building supplies laying around, so we're just going to use a 2x4. Saw it down, chop it up, and that'll make some great kindling for us. So here we go. So we've got our 2x4 cut. It's about 10 inches, 12 inches. Doesn't have to be exact. The nice thing about 2x4s is they're pine, and they're usually pretty nice and dry, so they'll split pretty easily. Obviously, you don't want to use treated wood, but give this a little whack. What we're trying to get here is get down to very small pieces. We want to be about the size of a pencil, in that neighborhood, so nice and small pieces. And then after you're all done, you're going to get a nice little pile of chips and some sawdust also, so we're going to use all that. So what we're going to start our fire with today is what's called a blast match, available online in many places. It's pretty cool. It's a spring-loaded piece of magnesium with a spring-loaded striker. It comes with this covering on it, so you just scratch it off a little bit. Give you a little demonstration. You hold it. The nice thing is it's one-handed. Hold this with your thumb and wham, sparks. So we're going to use as our tinder. We're going to use some of these little sticks, but we're also going to use a little bit of dryer lint. Probably have some of that laying around. I know I do. My wife would kill me if she saw me showing this, but just a little bit of this. This will light up nicely. In fact, that's how a lot of houses burn down, because they have too much dryer lint. So here we've got our empty can, Dinty Moore stew. We're going to take the top off. What we're looking for is good airflow. For the fire, you need heat, fuel, and air. So we're kind of going to make a chimney here. We're going to make some cuts along here using a standard manual can opener, which you should have many of those in your kit. We're just going to cut some vents here. This is a pretty good sized can, so hoping to get some good airflow out of this. We're also going to have to put some holes in the middle. Crunch that a little bit. But I had a smaller version of this the other day, and you need some more air because the embers and the ashes can build up on the bottom and actually impede the airflow. So we need some holes up here in the middle. I'll show you how those in a minute. Okay, so here's my handy dandy can punching device. Just got a screwdriver, hatchet. I'll just do some pounding here. That's probably enough. Okay, so we're just about done here. We've got our air holes, our inlets and our outlets, looking like that. Finally, we're going to cut a door here, and that will be our fuel door, so that we can add the sticks in there and get the fire going. You know, the nice thing about these is the amount of fuel that you don't need. This little pile of sticks here is going to be much more than we need, versus having to, cut down whole trees and get big logs to try to make a roaring fire and then stick your pan in there. This uses 10% of the wood needed. They're really handy. Crunch this one. So that's just, I don't know, 2 or 2.5 inches. It's not really an exact science. It's kind of whatever works for you. Watch those edges there. Gloves might be good for this. It's about ready to go. Okay, so I've got this on a cookie sheet on plywood so that, I have good surroundings, so I'm not going to set anything else on fire. Even in a survival situation, you certainly don't want to set things on fire that you don't want. So, good hard pressure on the thumb. Push this down. Whoosh. Fire's going. Get your little sticks going. Look at that. That was one strike on the dryer lid. That is some flammable stuff. So now we're going to put our can over the top. And that's getting hot. Nice and quick. We'll start taking some real sticks and dropping them in there. And we've got our pot of stew here. Sit that boy right on top. Take a look at the time here. So it's about 17 minutes to 7. So the object here is to feed your fuel in here, and then as the fuel cooks down, turns to embers, you just keep pushing in new fuel. Keep pushing the sticks in as they come apart. Okay, so also if you take some of your little sticks, you can even drop them in the top here too, to help with the fire. Okay, so we're at, what is that, 4 minutes? And we've already got bubbling bits here on the bottom, so be ready to stir so you don't burn it up. Now here, see the fire's coming out, so we gotta monitor our fuel and put it back in. It got a little hot, so this does take constant maintenance. You can't leave it. You've got to keep watching it, keep feeding it. So it got nice and hot there, and now it's cooled down a little bit because I wasn't paying attention. Here we are. We got quite a bit of smoke going, but look at that. This is almost ready to eat. So we're about 5+ minutes. That's pretty awesome, considering it would take at least this long on top of the stove, if not longer. Okay, you want to, keep it stirring good because it will get hot at the bottom. Let's give it a little shot here. We're almost there. You know how good this would taste? Everybody's standing around, nothing to eat, and you got a can of hot stew. That'd be great. Okay, if your fire dies out a little bit, you can always just add a little more of your own oxygen to it. And also have a squirt bottle handy. Nice to have in case things get a little bit out of hand. Okay, so we're done here. Put some in the bowl here. Troy, in here. That's enough for 3 people right there. Okay, as I said, you should always have a manual can opener. The reason is because it's also a bottle opener. Oh, I'm hot. The Hobo stove from Survive and Thrive.
Good job, Survivor Jim. I think you're ready for primetime TV. What do you think?
Absolutely. I'm ready for more beer. Burn my finger.